You and gun control. All right, let's run down the list. They got to tighten up the terror watch vis-a-vis buying gun list, right? That's got to happen, right?
Yes, sure. Okay. Absolutely. Right. Who would not agree with that?
And I think the NRA would agree with it, too. But we have to have a very precise thing about if you're on a terror watch list, this is what you can and can't do. What about the big guns, all right? You know, do people need the big rifles that fire a lot of rounds? Do they need them?
Well, the big guns, first of all, are the same guns that the enemy has and that people that can break into your home or do what this maniac did over the weekend. And the big guns are the same guns. I mean, you're going to have that.
Okay. So
people
you
use them for many other reasons. You know, they use them. They also use them for recreation, Bill. I have friends that are, my sons are in the NRA, so am I. People use them for recreation.
Right,
they
you
use
have
them
no
for
problem
a lot of other
then.
reasons.
Would you put any limits on, you know, you can't have a mortar, can't have hand grenades, can't have a bazooka.
Right.
Would you put any limits on what you can and can't buy?
On the guns, I wouldn't, because again, it's a question of protection, and also once you start, where do you end? Where do you end?
Slippery slope.
No, I wouldn't. I get along very well with the NRA on most of these subjects. I think probably the one is that when you're on a terror watch list, perhaps in a certain sense, my stance is tougher than anybody. But when you're on a terror watch list, you're on. You don't get a gun.
Yeah, they just have to have rules because there are mistakes and things like that. Okay.
No, they're right. There are mistakes. And by the way, there are many, many mistakes on those watch lists. And what I would do, frankly, is work hard to eradicate the mistakes, to make sure that these people get off the list as soon as possible.
But Congress is going to have to pass a law that has wording, exact wording. All right, now, what about you buy a big rifle, all right? You buy, for whatever reason. Should you have to register that so the FBI knows the serial number, knows you have it in your house? Should you have to do that?
Well, right now, if you look at the real rules, regulations, and laws right now, you have pretty good laws in terms of registration. I was actually surprised to see it. I saw it 2-3 weeks ago where they show me laws. I mean, if we obey the laws that are already in existence, if we follow those laws already in existence,
okay, but theoretically,
you have pretty good rights.
Do you know, there are a lot of gun advocates, and including the NRA in this region, they don't want the government to know what they're holding because they think the government down the line are going to seize their guns. So theoretically, is it okay with you if the FBI knows?
I think that, frankly, I've stayed, and I really feel very strongly. I was very honored to get the endorsement of the NRA, the earliest endorsement they've ever given. I'm pretty sure, the earliest endorsement they've ever given to a presidential candidate. I have stayed with what they have been saying. And I'll tell you why, Bill. These people, Wayne and Chris, I think they get a bad rap. They are great Americans. They love our country. This is what they do. They really want what's good, I think, more than anything else for our country. And I have stayed very much with what they do.
Okay.
Having to do with the watch list, I would like to meet with them. I think we're going to meet, actually. I think something's set up or will be set up.
There's not big opposition to that.
Because the watch list to me is very important.
Okay.
The watch list to me is very important.
All right.